In 1939, a letter crossed the ocean with just 2 pages. It wasn't written by a president, nor by a general, but by a scientist, a man with unruly hair and ideas powerful enough to move the planet. This letter, written by Albert Einstein and sent to the President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt, would change the course of history. It didn't kill anyone, but because of it, hundreds of thousands would die. Today, you'll discover what was written in that letter, who really wrote it, and why it became the first step toward the atomic bomb. This isn't just a story about science, it's a story about fear, power, and the cost of trying to save the world. 1939, Europe was on the brink of its Second Great War. Hitler invaded Poland. The Nazi threat grew by the day. Meanwhile, a group of Jewish physicists fled Nazi Germany with terrifying information. Germany was trying to build a new weapon. Among these scientists was Leo Szilard. He was one of the first to understand that a nuclear chain reaction could release enough energy to destroy entire cities, and worse, Germany was studying this possibility. Szilard knew he had to act, but who would listen to a refugee physicist? That's when he thought of Einstein. Einstein was respected, well-known, the only person who might be able to alert the U.S. government in time. The letter was written with Szilard's help, but signed by Einstein. It was simple, direct, and terrifying. Mr. President, some work carried out by E. Fermi and L. Szilard, which has been communicated to me in a manuscript, leads me to believe that in the near future, uranium may become a new and important source of energy. Certain aspects of this emerging situation seem to require vigilance and, if necessary, prompt action by the government. I therefore feel it is my duty to draw your attention to the following facts and recommendations. It may become possible to set off a nuclear chain reaction in a large mass of uranium, thereby generating vast power and large quantities of new elements similar to radium. It seems almost certain that this could be achieved in the immediate future. This new phenomenon would also lead to the construction of bombs, and it is conceivable, though far less certain, that extremely powerful bombs of this new type could be manufactured. A single bomb of this type, carried by boat and detonated in a port, could very well destroy an entire population, along with part of the surrounding territory. In view of this situation, you may find it desirable to maintain continuous contact between the government and the group of physicists in this country who are working on chain reactions. Albert Einstein sent it in August 1939. The content was so serious that, within months, the U.S. government created the Uranium Committee. What had been just a scientific hypothesis was about to become the most destructive project in history. In 1941, the Manhattan Project was officially born. Bringing together names like Oppenheimer, Fermi, and Teller, the project mobilized thousands of scientists, technicians, and engineers, all under strict secrecy. They worked with one certainty: it was a race against time. If the Nazis got there first, the world would be lost.
We knew the world would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the...
Less than a month later, 2 bombs were dropped. Hiroshima, August 6th, Nagasaki, August 9th. It's estimated that over 200,000 people died directly. The war ended, but the atomic age had begun. Einstein never worked on the Manhattan Project, but he felt the weight of that letter for the rest of his life. The letter was an attempt to prevent catastrophe, but it ended up accelerating one even greater. That's the tragic irony of history. Sometimes, in trying to stop one evil, we create another. Einstein is remembered as the man behind the theory of relativity, but some say his greatest impact on the world came from this letter, a simple envelope, heavier than any bomb. Einstein's letter to Roosevelt shows that knowledge is a weapon, and that even words can have consequences that not even the greatest minds can foresee. In a world where information is power, maybe the most important question is, who is writing and who is reading? If you found this story as fascinating as it is unsettling, know that it's just the beginning. In the next episode, we'll read a letter written by Abraham Lincoln, a message filled with humanity, written at the height of the American Civil War. A text that speaks not only of politics, but of freedom, hope, and the fight to end slavery in the United States. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments, which historical letter would you like to see here next?